Hello and welcome to another video. Today I have my giant, massive, no regrets book haul. I've been accumulating books since April, so you can already imagine how many books I got. I got about 20 plus something books to show you, so I'm really not gonna tell you what the book is about because that will take me like an hour or more, and that's just a lot. But I will tell you the books that I'm really excited to read, but I just, just increasing that TBR shelf, well, in this case stack, but doesn't matter. So let's start. The books that I bought in April are pretty straightforward. Some I bought them like not at the same time, some like, just during the month. Some of these books I actually already read, but are or in the process of reading, so. The first book that I bought is Miss Mayhem by Rachel Hawkins. It's the second book in the Rebel Belle trilogy, I believe, because there's a third book coming out next year, which I'm really excited because this book, well, this book is fairly shorter than the first one, and I was really scared, and yeah, now I understand why a lot of people have mixed feelings about this book. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing either, so yeah, but that's really all I can tell you because then I'll spoil things, but nonetheless, great characters and great story. The next book that I got is La Sombra de Viento de Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This is actually a book in Spanish. I bought it in Spanish because the author is Spanish. So I'm really excited. A lot of people have read this. It's called something, The Shadow in the Wind or something. I'm not entirely sure of the translation, but this is a like historical, magical, realism, fiction type book, and I'm really excited to read it. It's fairly thick, and I read really slow in Spanish, so I don't know when I will get to this. Soon, but I will get to this. The next book that I'm about to show you is a book that I already read, and I loved it, and I needed to own it, and that is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sainz. And I love this book, and all I can tell you is that this book, it deals with like identity crisis, LGBTQ, cultural stuff, and oh my god, this is like a Mexican American type of book, and I really enjoyed it. The next is a book that I've been wanting to read by this author. It's actually an author that I've been wanting to read for a while, and I decided to start with this one, see how it goes. That is Everybody Sees the Ants by Ace King, and I wanted to get this book in this cover because it's amazing and I loved it. I know a lot of people don't like the faces on the covers, but I actually like this face on the cover. And if I'm correct, this deals with bullying or something like that. If not, then I don't know what I'm talking about. The next book is a book that everybody has read and hyped and really love, and I'm really excited to read it, and that is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is a dystopian type book regarding video games, and I love video games and I love dystopian, so why not? The next two books that I'm about to show you are by the same author, and I'm really excited because I promised myself that I would read more of this author, and that is Neil Gaiman, Coraline by Neil Gaiman, and The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. I'm so excited, and I wanted to get Coraline in this edition because I love this edition. I really don't like the face and the creepy doll thing, but I don't know. I'm really excited to read both of these books, mostly because I read The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I really enjoyed it, and I've heard nothing but good things about The Ocean at the End of the Lane. And well, Coraline, if you know, it's a movie. They say that the book is much creepier than the movie, so I'm really excited to read that. The next book that I bought, it's classified as a classic, and I have not read it. A lot of people have, but I have not, and that is The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm really excited to read this, and I bought the English edition because English is the language that I prefer to read. The next book that I got is a new adult book, and I'm actually pretty excited to read it because I love new adult, and it's one of those genres that I can fly to and just, thoroughly enjoy. Beautiful Biblium by Jamie McGuire. This is the author that wrote Walking Disaster and Beautiful Disaster. I read those two books in 2013. I fairly enjoy them for what it was. They're not my favorite thing in the world, but I'm gonna give this a try, and I really like the cover of this, and gonna read it. The next book I bought was mainly because of the cover and because a lot of people have on BookTube have bought it like last year, and I really don't know what the book is about. I know it's kind of dystopian slash parallel worlds type of thing. I cannot say worlds for the life of me. And that is The 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. The cover is amazing. Oh my god. The second book I think is coming out this year in September. So I'm really excited to get to this. I don't know when that will be, but I'm excited to read this nonetheless. The next is the sequel to the Dorothy Must Die trilogy, I guess you could say, and that is The Wicked Rise by Danielle Page. I love Dorothy Must Die. It was a nice, it was a nice book. I gave it like a 3.5 star rating on Goodreads. And I'm really scared to go into this book because it's fairly small than the first book. So I don't know what to expect, but I really enjoyed the first book and I'm really excited to read this. I do not know what to expect, but that's pretty much it. I cannot tell you what the book is about because it's a sequel, but it deals with the Wizard of Oz and trying to kill Dorothy. You're like, what? During the month of May, I purchased a few books from Amazon, and I'm gonna call this section the fantasy Amazon purchase, I guess you could say, because most of these books are like fantasy. So one of the books that I got was Confess by Colleen Hoover, and I already read this, and I think there's a wrap-up video where I talk about this. I think it's my collective wrap-up. I'm gonna link it somewhere here. I really enjoyed this book. It's Colleen Hoover. There's really not much I can tell you about Colleen Hoover. I love her, and this book was amazing. The amazing thing about this book is that it has art, and the art is beautiful. I really enjoyed the art. And that's really all I can tell you. The best things about going into a Colleen Hoover book is not really reading what the book is about, just kind of go into it. Because then it surprises you and it has twists and stuff around there, but I'm not gonna tell you what the book is about. Just read Colleen Hoover. Read Colleen Hoover. The next book I'm gonna show you is actually a book that I have not heard a lot during BookTube, and I'm really excited because maybe I can make a review and make the hype for it, maybe. I don't know. It's a book that it already came out, but anyway. That is The Girl at Midnight by Melissa Gray. This is a YA fantasy book, and I believe it's supposed to deal with demons and something along those lines. And I'm really excited. The main reason why it catch my eye was the cover, because it has black and purple, and I love black and purple. Purple is my favorite color, and I'm really excited. It's a fantasy book, so. The next book is A Court in Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I do not need to say anything else because this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling and is a new adult slash fantasy book. So the next book is actually the book of the month for our book club, Jen, David, Kevins, and I. And I'm really excited. That's Magonia by Maria Devana Headley. And all I know is that it's a fantasy type book, and that's pretty much it. It's not really long, so it should take like not much of my time, but nonetheless I'm really excited, and the cover is beautiful and I really want to read it. Plus it's blurred by Neil Gaiman, so that's even that's more reason for me to read it. And the last book that I purchased from Amazon was An Ember in the Ashes by Salva Tahir. A lot of people have been raving about this book. There's actually a sequel going to be written about, I guess it's gonna come out next year. I have not read this. It was first kind of built up with the hype that it's a standalone fantasy, but it's not. There's a sequel to it. I'm really excited because apparently there's a cliffhanger. So I took a trip to the States a few weeks ago, like the last 2 days of May, and I bought a lot of books. As to be expected, I went to Barnes & Noble and just kind of bought a lot of books, and now I'm going to show you all the books I bought. The first book that I bought was P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. This is a sequel to All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han, and I have not read this. Supposedly I'm supposed to be reading this, but I have not read this. I've read like the first page and have not read the rest. I don't know why, but I'm really excited to still read this. I've heard really good things about this book, the second book, and because I really love the first book, so I'm really excited to read this. The next two, well actually they're not books, they're two graphic novels, and I'm really excited to read this. I already read the first one actually, I finished it this morning, and I'm really excited to read the second volume, and that is Sex Criminals, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Oh my god, I've been wanting to own this and read for the longest of times, and I'm so happy that I bought them. Because, oh my god, they're so good. They're so good. Well, the first one was really good, but nonetheless. This is basically a story about two people that kind of have sex and time stops, and you're just like, what? And they decide to rob banks. That's pretty much what this these two graphic novels are about. I'm really excited to read this one. I might actually read this right after I film this video. Who knows? The next book, I'm actually really excited because Ali, I told you I was going to buy it, and that is Soulless by Gail Carriger. That's how you say it. I really do not know what the book is about. I just know it has vampires, werewolves, and parasols. But I've heard really, really good things. Ali has been raving about this, so I'm really, really excited. I bought it, Ali. The next book I was not planning to buy and I was not planning to read, but a lot of people have been kind of raving about it and kind of convinced me to read it, and I bought it, and I really like this edition. So, Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. I love this cover. I didn't really like the other cover, the colorful one, but I really liked this one for some reason. So I'm really excited to read this. It's supposed to be funny. It has dark humor in it, so we shall see how this goes. I don't know what the book is really about. I don't know. Well, it's about a guy, an Earl, and a dying girl. I need to stop. The next book was an impulse buy, and I really don't care. That is H2O by Virginia Burden, I think. And the only reason why I bought this is because what it says here. It says, well, this at the back. It says, "My name is Ruby Morris, and this is my story. If you're reading it, you're very, very lucky to be alive, but you already know that, right?" And I'm like, okay. And then I read the inside of the story, and I was like, this seems like a really cool book. And then I have not read this, but oh my god, I am so excited to do it. Oh my god, this is a beautiful book, to be honest. So I'm really excited to read this. This is actually a dystopian book, so I have not read dystopian in a while, I guess, and I really want to read more dystopian. So we shall see how this goes, because if this goes right, I might get myself into more dystopians. The next book is a book that just recently came out, and it's also like the first book by this author that I'm going to read, and that is Nowhere But Here by Katie McGarry. There's another series like Pushing the Limits and something, I can't remember, by Katie McGarry, and a lot of people adore those books. And this is a new series, and I'm really excited. It's YA contemporary, so I don't know. There's a cute guy in a motorcycle here, so I'm guessing it's like a road trip type book, so I'm really excited about that. The next book was an impulse buy. I was not planning on buying this book. I did not know about this book until I saw it on the shelf, and I said, why not? It's an adult book, so it's called A Reunion of Ghosts by Judith Clare Mitchell. And apparently it's about sisters and something about ghosts, and I don't know. I really don't know what the book is about, but I read the thing here and I said, why not? It was on sale. I don't know. The next book is a book that I've been wanting to own and read for the longest of times. It came out like at the beginning of the year, and I'm so excited to finally own it and to finally get the chance to read it. And that is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. I read The Coldest Girl in Cold Town last year and I loved it, and I'm really excited to read this like a lot, mostly because it's about like fairies and the fae and all of that, and it's a standalone, and I'm really excited to read this. I think I might read this month. I don't know, but anything can happen at this point with all of these books. The last book that I'm going to show you is a book that I've been wanting to read for the longest of time. Like, there was a read-along last year for this book. There was, I think, another read-along for this book as well, like sometime last year, and I didn't have the opportunity to join because I didn't own the book and I didn't want to buy it on Kindle because I wanted to own it. So I finally own it, and I'm so excited to read it, and that is Other Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. Oh my god, I am so excited to read this. It's a historical fiction, and I think it takes place in World War II. A lot of people have been raving about this book. Like, they say it's their favorite read of last year, and oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Finally a book that I'm really excited. Well, I'm excited for all the books, but the hype is real with this one. So that is my giant, massive, no regrets book haul. If you have read any of the books that I've mentioned in this video, please tell me down below which are those books and what you thought of them. Let's just briefly, without spoilers, because I don't like spoilers. And if you're curious to read some of this book, if you have not, I don't know, just comment something down below. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye! So many books, so many books. How do I stop? Oh, no, 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 no. Wait, this is for the thumbnail. I don't think, this is not going to work at all, is it? Nope, it's not. Nope, no, no, no. Wait, what if I carry some, like, here and here? I need my brother, I guess, but no, he won't come. No.